You know those back alleys or those real, like, rough looking streets that you just don't go down in the city? This is a story about a guy who went down there when he was younger, like walking back and forth to school. Scary stuff, y'all. This is my Nightmare Files. We're gonna react to it. Make sure to subscribe to Nightmare Files. Subscribe to me if you enjoy reactions. Here's what route you don't take home from school.
I grew up in a neighborhood that would be considered, I'm not even gonna lie, this place is pretty fucked up. So what I'm about to tell you isn't even a surprise.
Alright.
Because we got crackheads everywhere, abandoned houses take up whole streets, and some of our traffic lights don't even work. We barely have police and don't have any more ambulance. Anyways, when this happened, I was 13 years old. Now I'm 22.
Alright.
So one day I was walking home from school. There's a street near where I live that my mother has always told me to stay away from. Reason being, there's nothing but abandoned buildings on that street.
Yeah.
And no one lives on it except for maybe homeless people and crackheads.
Right.
So one day I took that way home. I remember thinking how eerie the street was.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, no one was on this street except for me.
Like a ghost town.
Until I made it to the middle of the street. As I'm walking, I kept looking at my phone. Then I looked to my left. Then I looked back at my phone, but then I looked back immediately because I saw a man standing in the doorway of an abandoned apartment building.
Alright.
I stopped immediately and made eye contact with the guy. And I nodded my head at him. But he didn't react, he just stared at me.
Oh, they own
Then I just took off running. So the next day, I took the same way home.
Why?
But my friend was with me.
Why would you do that?
He was the same age as me, but he looked older. But when we were walking, he said he had to use the bathroom. And he stopped to go pee on the side of a vacant house. And he told me that he'll catch up.
Right.
So I kept walking, and seriously, out of nowhere, the guy that I saw yesterday in the doorway of that abandoned building hopped out from behind a tall bush. He said, "Hey, what's good? I remember you from yesterday. Can you help me with something real quick?" As he said that, he took a few steps toward where he needed help while motioning me with his hand to come with me. Then he started to walk back. As he's walking back, he's talking to me, and he said, "Don't you respect your elders?" I said, "Come."
No.
Then he stopped mid-sentence and said, "Never mind." And he ran away after he came back from behind those bushes.
That sounds like a crackhead,
stopped
man.
Because my friend was walking back toward me. My friend asked me if I was okay, and I
Thank
said,
goodness.
Yeah. But that wasn't my last time seeing that man.
Why would you go back?
So one night I was sitting in my backyard close to my porch.
Oh, you didn't?
And I was watching this open field where this house used to be next to my house.
He was talking.
I had the back light off, so you wouldn't even notice me if you look back there.
Right.
I could see two people in the field. I could see them, but they couldn't see me because it was nighttime.
It was dark.
And my lights were off. I was watching these people until they disappeared in the shadows at the far end of the field.
Alright.
Then I heard weird noises. Then what looked like someone being carried. I gasped because the person looked dead. When I made that sound, the guy was walking into the lit part of the field, and the man immediately stopped and looked toward my direction. Again, no one could see me over there.
Right.
And what I noticed, when they appeared in that light, the man carrying the woman was the same man that tried to get me to go with him.
Oh my gosh.
I sat still, held my breath. He couldn't see me, and he stood there for about 30 seconds looking around.
Because he heard the noise,
and he kept walking, and I ran into the house. I told my mother what I saw, and she said stay out of other people's business. So not too long after that, a whole area in my neighborhood was surrounded by police and certain places were taped off. What we found out is that there were 3 women found in the area.
Oh my god.
One in the field next to my house, one in the garage by my house, and another one in this dude's apartment.
Dang.
The apartment and garage were rented by this man named Michael Madison. He's also the same guy that I saw.
Right.
Thinking back, when I was walking on that street,
serial killer.
I wonder what he wanted with me. I think maybe he wanted to kill me.
Not good.
Honestly, I feel lucky that I had my friend with me because I could have been his 4th victim. This man came out to be a serial killer who looked up to another serial killer named Anthony so well.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just glad he never got me.
Yeah. Like, oh man. Bruh, you got to be crazy to walk down a street that has nothing but abandoned buildings. You know what's in there. You knew. Before you even went down there, you knew. And to go back a second time, look, I'm glad you didn't get killed, but I hope it scared you bad enough to where you don't do stuff like that no more. Damn. God talking. This was a really, really scary one though, guys. I don't like going places that I don't feel right. Like I'm not a brave dude when it comes to crazy people. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, Nightmare Files. Make sure to subscribe to him. Subscribe to me if you enjoy reactions, and make sure to check this video out if you enjoyed this one.